In whole of India, there are hardly any communities which are still continuing this processing of the whole cotton by hand. So you're going to see something like that that's coming from Srikakulam. There's a group of women who are going to showcase that, demonstrate to us. So let us, basically, if you have your friends who are generally have gone around, you can call them back, because this is not going to be an opportunity that knocks your door very often. So I will invite our Creo team, the Patnulu gang, to come with their paraphernalia. I will also ask, please give a big hand. It's something that's absolutely rare. Not many communities are doing. If you want to know what is happening from cotton, if there is a dress, if you think it's so easy, there are so many phases, there are so many steps behind it, removing the seeds from the cotton, and then they would have to make it into a yarn. So there are so many steps in that, where they remove the dirt, they unidirectionalize it, they would basically beat it and open up the cotton to make it fluffy, and all that you would see. So this is, like I said, this is coming from Srikakulam in India. Almost all over India, we had communities which are growing cotton, from where it would be given to the woman who would actually spin them into beautiful yarn, and from there it would go to the weavers. We all knew that. But to convert cotton into yarn, there was so much of work behind. And the communities today have actually taken to a lot of machines there. So here is one community which is still continuing. If I have to give you a small idea about what is being spun from our Indian cotton, which is called the short staple, we used to have the muslin. The count goes from 500 to 5,000 that we have had, 1,500, 1,000 and all that, right? So a muslin sari, for example, they could fold it and put it into a matchbox. We have all read a lot of folklores, no? The real part of that folklore story is that you could fold that sari and put it into a matchbox. They could actually put a sari through a ring and take through, no? That was coming from this exquisite spinning that these women were doing in India. That was the best part of this. That was an art. This is not just an artisanal skill. It is not just basically a product, another product or a commodity. This was art and life and creativity at its best. So I invite Samyukta from Creo, who will give a short introduction to this, and then she will go on to tell what they will all be doing. Each one will be doing one facet of this whole package called the spinning, and from there it goes to the weaver. From there was so much that was woven. Actually, India wove a beautiful history all these years. Our cotton dominated the world. Cotton dominated our economy because of such women. So you're going to, this is just one of the very few communities in the whole of India who are still continuing this. Let us all give a big hand to them first, and I will call Samyukta to take over.
A very good evening to everybody. I'll be speaking in English and a little bit in Hindi and Telugu. Thank you for the Kisan Swaraj Sammelan, and thank you to all of you for having made it to see this very special craft. And not just thank you, even we are also very happy that we are able to bring this craft to all of you from all over the southern region as well as Mysore. So what is so special about this, right? So all of us have seen cloth. So this particular cloth that I'm holding in my hand is a sari. All of us have seen saris, all of us wear saris. So what is so special about this, right? But yes, what you are going to see, as Anantu was mentioning, is unparalleled in the world. You will not be able to see this kind of entire value chain, from the cotton to yarn, from yarn to weaving and complete product. Everything is done in one area, Srikakulam, and entirely with handheld tools. There is absolutely no power used. We are very, very fortunate that India, and Srikakulam in particular, has been able to keep this continuum and the textile heritage alive for all of us to witness this today. So if we look at our history, so much has been already, I mean, I think all of us know that we have been the world leaders in cotton textiles. So how did we spin until the Industrial Revolution? Until the Industrial Revolution, here, okay. Until the Industrial Revolution, if I just told you that the way that they are going to show the demonstration today, that is how we have made our fabric. That is probably how we made our fabric for hundreds and probably with some modifications for thousands of years. And Industrial Revolution is hardly 200 years old, right? So thanks to people, these very seemingly simple looking ladies are the forebearers of a very rich textile tradition of Ponduru khadi or Ponduru hand-spun. Ponduru is a place in Srikakulam district of Andhra Pradesh, and Patnulu is the specific way of making this kind of yarn. Where? So the speciality, there are 3 or 4, let me sum it up and we'll show you a short film. So one, the cotton is locally grown. It is a desi cotton. It is a short staple cotton, largely pest resistant with no or very little irrigation. It is largely rain fed. So that is the first about the cotton. It is grown by farmers locally. It is called konda patti. The second is it is locally spun. There are 5 stages in converting from cotton to yarn, which you will see. We will show the demo. And finally, from the yarn to this beautiful fabric, which is a textile, heritage textile, which in India we can be truly proud of. There is no parallel in the world where somebody can spin. Now these ladies here, 1,000 meters of yarn, 1,000 meters of yarn, which is a kilometer of yarn, weighs just 10 grams. Weighs just 10 grams. Please give them a big hand. So that is the skill, and entirely done with hand tools, with no mechanization in any of this whole value chain. So that is what you will witness today, and I congratulate all of you for making the choice to be here to witness this. Thank you. With the demo, can we have the lights on? So, patti kavali. So this is konda patti. This is, as I said, it's a rain-fed cotton and locally grown by farmers in and around Ponduru. And so the first step involves, this is a fish jawbone. This is a fish jawbone of a particular fish called Valuga chapa, which belongs to the catfish family. So the interesting thing is that this fish is not from Srikakulam. It is from the Godavari rivers. We will be projecting each thing on the screen. Please bear with us. It will take a couple of seconds for us to do it. So the first action involves cleaning with the fish jawbone. Meer melliga cheyandi. Melliga chupinchandi. Live projection here. By the way, you can all also be part of, you can see it up close. Tomorrow we have 2 sessions, 11 to 1, and also from 4 to 6. 11 to 1 and 4 to 6. So there also you can come in the sports ground workshop space. You can come and see it up close. as you can all see, the cotton is all clumped up. So the first step of opening up the fibers, which are very clinging to the seed, using the very fine teeth of this fish jawbone. So there is a trader who comes every once in a while to these villages and then they buy the fish jawbone from them. So that is, first of all, they buy the cotton from farmers directly. If they are working with a society, then the society supplies the cotton to them. So this is the very first step. You can see it is called Valuga Chapa, and the scientific name is Vallugo Atto. So that is the first step. If we can show just a second. So in this process, what is happening is, you can take a close-up shot of that. The fine teeth remove the dried leaves and other impurities that are there, because from the field directly the cotton is coming to them. So the very fine teeth, they are actually helping to, it's the first level of cleaning and opening up the, it's like when our hair is fully clumped up, how do we comb and remove the knots? It is similar to that. So that is the first step. First step, using the fish jawbone and opening it up. Okay. So that is the first step. Second step. What is the second step? Any guesses? ఇవి తీసేసేయండి, అడ్డు తీసేసేయండి అవన్నీ. So the next step, any guesses? What do we do? No. The seed, see, this is the first. This is the first step. You can see the seed is in there. The fibers have been cleared out. So what could be the second step? Ginning. Yes, what is ginning? Removing the seed. Thank you. So that is exactly what Chandrakala is doing. I forgot to introduce them. I'm so sorry. So that is Shyamala, Chandrakala and Lakshmi. All of them are from Murapaka village near Ponduru. So this is a very, very gentle way of separating the seed from the cotton. It is almost like chapati, making chapati. So all of them have this palaka, this log of wood and an iron rolling pin in their homes. And this is, though it looks very simple, those who did the workshop in the evening, in the afternoon will testify that it is actually quite difficult to do that. So it's a two jerk movements, and then you have the seed falling neatly to one side, and that seed is what is purchased by the farmers and sowed back into the field. So this cotton is actually, it grows this height and it is harvested twice in a year. So, and all these seeds, I don't know, like since ever they must have been there, because every time they are going back into the soil and, so it is a very, so in modern ginning, though in the ginning using machines, it becomes powder, it gets crushed. Every time you have to buy seed again. And I think any of you who know cotton farming, most of you may know that every time in BT and all, you have to purchase the seed again and again. So this is rotation. So here neatly the thing is falling to one side, and you have at the end of ginning, cotton in like this. So the seed has been separated and you have this cotton. Now what do we do with this? So next, she will show us. So Just when we thought only Hindu gods have the bow, so we have also our spinners using the bow. And what you will see next is the process of opening up the fiber using the bow. Show it from the top. So in this process, the fiber is getting totally opened up. The vibrations of the bow, the string are applied to the cotton in a continuous action. And there is a cloud on earth. So this process, in fact, when they do it in their homes, of course here they have used very little cotton, but generally there is a huge expanse of beautiful like a cloud, so that we will be able to see. This opening up also does two things. One, you can see the clumps in the cotton, which they remove with hand. And also the not so mature fibers are all weeded out in the process because they fly away or they fall off. Usually there is a big plank which they keep, and on that now for demo purpose we brought a small plank, but there's usually a big plank, and there they do this whole thing and it becomes like this huge fluffy cloud. I would encourage all of you to come and watch once again up close. You will be really in for something visually very dramatic. So please do come tomorrow also in the 11 to 1 or from 4 to 6. So it is almost like a cotton candy. After this, so this they do for some time. We are crunching the time. We want to show all the processes. So we are going to show it in the next segment. So once we are done, Veer Chupistara Balni. Next she will show.
No, you cannot see there. If you close it, how can you see here?
Can you come this side? Yeah. So you can see she's picking out the clumps. ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఇదిలాగా చేసి ఆమెకి ఇవ్వండి. అట్లా మంచిగా చేసి ఇవ్వండి. మీరు ఇస్తారు కదా మామూలుగా. So that is the end product using the bow. That goes on to something called a balni. Now, ఆమెకి ఇవ్వండి. So you please watch this and maybe you can tell me what is happening. No, please take it from this side. Please come this side. The front is the important part. So what is happening here? Yes, they're becoming longer, they're being drawn out. What else? What else is happening? They're being passed through rollers. The rollers don't have teeth. They're just rollers. What else is happening? Flattened. Right. So when they're passing through the rollers, they're becoming flattened. So due to which, how is the cotton looking now? Shinier. Yes. So it looks like it has just, so this to one particular this much of cotton, they do it several times, almost 20 times. Putting it through. This is very, very important to get fine yarn. So by this process, you can see that it almost becomes smooth like an old lady's hair. So it becomes like really very, very smooth. I would also like to show you the end product of this. So every time you draw out, you pinch it, and then you place it back and pass it through the rollers. Yeah. So this is the end product. So you can see how it looks after the bali hair. So I somehow, there used to be this lovely dancer called Chandralekha. I don't know if anybody knows, but she used to have hair like this. So when I look at this, I feel that. So anyway, so this is how it looks after doing it multiple times. After this, once again we do the bow. దాంతో చేసేయండి. ఇది ఇచ్చేస్తారా మీరు ఆమెకి? ఇంకిచ్చేస్తారా ఇంకొకసారా? They have to do it multiple times. So due to lack of time, we are crunching it. We will show you the next step and then we go on to spinning. But that's not the end. Just 5 more minutes. So once again, we have to open it up with the bow. So that it becomes a mass, a sheet. The bow that she is using is also a heritage tool. It is made out of this regi pallu, we call it in Telugu. It's a berry. It is made with the branch of that tree. They soak it in water for 3 days, and when it is wet, they bend it and make the bow. So most of these things are actually maintained also by them. Unfortunately, we don't even have people who, if there is some problem or there is something, they are the ones, they are the mechanics, they have to do everything. So nowadays, that is the, that is the situation. So I'm just sharing that also. So you can see that the bow moves from left to right and constantly applying the vibrations of the string. Yeah. Each of these things, they do it on their own. It is just that now there are 3 people are showing you, but everybody does every single thing from start to finish. There is nobody who says, okay, there is no division of labor here. Everybody has all these things in their homes and they do the whole process in their own homes. If anybody has a chance to visit spinning, how it is done today, it is involving huge machineries and huge, fossil fuel and power. And here we still have, thanks to them, a situation where we can see how India always made its hand-spun yarn. So now she is rolling it into what is called a puni. So this is the form in which it is ready for spinning. So I think that some of you who who are into spinning may have got this puni, but you don't know these processes. So today, the processes till the puni are done in using machines. I don't know if any of you know this, but all khadi is produced like that. Till this stage, it is all mechanized. At the very final stage, there are two ways of spinning. Today, you are going to see one, which is on the Gandi charkha. There is another main way in which we are making khadi today, and that is using the ambar charkha. So we will also see, if possible, I will try to show one video of that as well. But definitely, if you come tomorrow, I will show you more things. Okay, now we will see the penultimate, the final step. This is a banana bark, and they keep it wrapped in this. So Lakshmamma is one of the 100 count spinners we have. కొంచెం చూడండి, help చేయండి. In all the transportation, a little bit, when it was coming down, it got a little. So what is spinning, right? Please watch her. So there is a wheel which she is rotating with her right hand, and to her left there is a spindle. There is a spindle. Yes, so that is a single spindle. The wheel is connected to the spindle with this white thread. So as she's turning the wheel, the spindle also turns, and it is imparting twist into the fiber. So the spinning consists of 3 sections: drawing, imparting the twist, and widening it back into the spindle. So these 3 steps, so seemingly easily she is doing. However, we know that those who try, it is very, very difficult. It's a highly coordinated activity. Right hand, left hand, and her eye. So how thick or thin the yarn can be is decided by her. The spinner decides. It is also a testimony to her skill. That's so. So Lakshmamma, so this yarn మీరు ఒకసారి కొంచెం మెల్లిగా జాయిన్ చేసేది చూపించండి. So what is happening is the twist from the yarn is slowly entering into the cotton, and as she moves her hand, it is slowly twining and making the thread. Thank you. So these women, for them, spinning is not the main activity, is not the only activity. They're not like full time, they don't go on doing this. Along with their household chores and other family work, they do this, and approximately 5 to 6 hours in a day they spend on these different stages of spinning. So in one day, in general, on an average, they can make 1 hank. Now, what do I mean by 1 hank? This is a hank. Khadi hank, Patnulu hank. This is the open just chupistara. Now, once it is in the spindle, it has to be wound on a yarn karra meeda post chupinchandi, mundu pettukondi. Adi ichchesi. So from the spindle, it becomes, they wind it around this frame. It is, each side is 25 centimeters. So one round makes 1 meter. So they make 1,000 meters. They make what is called a hank. So the hank is the form in which we give it to the weavers. As they do this, they also count. They count the number of times it is going. So once they do that, they remove it from that, and this is how it looks. What is the length of this? 1,000 meters, 1 kilometer, that's right. And it weighs anything between, these spinners are, their speciality is fine count. So 1,000 meters divided by the weight gives the count. So if it is 10 grams, then it is hundreds count. If it is 12 grams, it may be something less. So according to the count, they are paid. And generally they are able to make 1 hank in a day, which includes the pre-spinning as well as the 1,000 meters. So that's how fast they are actually saying. So this, now once it is like this, how do you give it to the weaver? That again is a very beautiful process. You can watch. కాలు కొంచెం ముందు పెట్టుకోండి. So this is the final form called a chilapa, 1,000 meters. This is how we give it to the weavers. So roughly 9 to 10 of these are required for 1 meter. And from here, the weaver takes another 6 different steps to make cloth. That we are not able to show, but if you come for the workshop, I will show you what are the next stages. Winding, warping, sizing, and finally setting it up on the loom and weaving. So another 5 to 6 stages. So totally about a dozen stages of entirely handwork is required to make this particular sari. So that is the speciality of these ladies here, is there may be some pockets which are spinning, but they can't make this fine yarn. In Bengal, very fine counts they make. Hundreds kadu, 200, 300, but they are all made on the ambar charkha. Now what is the ambar charkha? That you will have to come and see. I will show you the video of how an ambar charkha works. But ambar charkha is how we make khadi in India today. This is just a few of them, few hundreds probably, and even fewer weavers. Weavers are even difficult to find, because weavers are able to, they have other options. Whereas if farmers are growing this cotton because of the khadi industry, tomorrow if weavers don't do, then spinners will stop. If spinners will stop, the farmers are very readily, they can go to any other cotton, you all know. So that is the end of this whole knowledge system and this excellent textile heritage which we still have in our possession in India. And thanks to people like Lakshmi, Chandrakala and Shyamala, please give them a big hand. So we request all of you to come to the workshop and visit. Lace Nilbadantam.
Well, where is the workshop?
So the workshop is in the sports ground. Sports ground. Please come. We also have products and we are also selling souvenirs. You can get autographed souvenirs from them with whatever they have spun with the something that you have witnessed today. It is very, very rare. And with the souvenir, you can talk to 10 more people and other your acquaintances and tell your friends about such a beautiful craft we still have and nobody knows about it. So yes, thank you all for this opportunity and thank you all for అందరికీ కూడా ఇక్కడికి వచ్చి ఇంత మంచిగా మీరు ప్రదర్శన చూపించిన దానికి చాలా థ్యాంక్స్. సో please do come and visit us next day, tomorrow. Yeah, I told no. How many times?
They should remember.
Okay, 11 to 1 tomorrow, 11 to 1 and 4 to 6. There you go. He's putting dandam.
Yeah, we also put one more idea.
Yeah, ಇದರ ಮುಂದುವರಿಕೆಯಾಗಿ ನಾನೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಪುಂದೂರು ನೂಲುಗಾರ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು Ponduru spinners are highly skilled. They are super specialty skill they have. But what we people can do, we also can do spinning. We all do every day in our center in Melkote. A lot of people in Karnataka are also doing spinning in box charkha. If you can, we get all these slivers, not of this quality, but we can do it. The economics is like that. If you spin for an hour in a day, you should be able to produce yarn for about 40 meters of your cloth. Spin every day for a day. That is real khadi, which Gandhi told. So you can make 40 meters if you spin an hour in a day. Okay. So what happens if 40 people spin every day for an hour, you can give full-time employment for a weaver. So assume a village of 400 people.